Hi guys, welcome back to the Baseline. Thank you so much for joining me again. So imagine this with me if you could. The for sale signs are still glowing under streetlights, but half the homes behind them are actually empty. They're not sold, they're not foreclosed, just paused, like someone hit save draft on the American dream. And that's not poetic exaggeration. It's the actual data. Redfin is reporting that 15% of home contracts fell through last month, the highest sustained cancellation rate since the pandemic. 15%. So that's one out of every 7 sold signs that never become an actual move-in. And here's the eerie part. It's not because buyers got cold feet. It's because the system itself is running out of oxygen. So let's pause for a second, because this isn't 2008 when banks collapsed overnight. This one's quieter, slower, like a power grid flickering before it dies. According to Realtor.com, inventory is at a 5-year high, but so are cancellations. So are delistings and price reductions. It's a strange kind of math of a market that's in complete denial. Sellers still pricing for 2021, buyers still earning for 2019 wages, and interest rates that feel like they were set in 1981. And here's what that looks like on the ground, like in Marin County, California, one of the last middle-class corners under $1 million. Now, 4 adults share one mortgage just to make that roof work. So in Florida, deals fall apart because flood insurance now costs as much as a car payment. And in Nashville, a woman saved for years to buy her first home, then lost her job a month before closing. Deal gone, dream gone, and she's 40. That's not bad luck. That's policy math. Because when the Fed hikes rates to fight inflation, it's not landlords or hedge funds that pay the price. It's people like her. Middle class stability gets treated like collateral damage. Now, most channels, they'd stop there. They would stop there. They'd call it a buyer's market and tell you to keep shopping. But if we dive deeper, every time a contract dies, money evaporates somewhere. Inspection fees, appraisals, earnest deposits, thousands gone in paperwork smoke. It's like buying plane tickets to a destination that no longer exists. And yet, this collapse is oddly invisible. No headlines, no panic, no crash montage, just millions of frozen deals, like raindrops suspended in midair. So think about it. We used to measure housing pain by foreclosures. Now it's measured by what never closes at all. And analysts say cancellations are caused by economic uncertainty. So what does that mean? What's the translation? People don't trust tomorrow. And who could blame them right now? Because wages haven't kept pace with inflation in over a decade. Shelter CPI still outpaces income growth by nearly 30%, guys. Insurance in coastal states have doubled, and lenders, desperate for safe bets, are rejecting buyers mid-deal. That's why we're seeing something completely new here, like the ghost market. Homes technically for sale, but emotionally abandoned. Buyers too scared, sellers too stubborn, everyone waiting for someone else to blink first. So let's try to bring that in a bit. And let's humanize that just for a second, because there's real people behind this stuff. If your mortgage is a mountain, then today's market is an avalanche above it. And the people below are deciding whether to run or dig in. Meanwhile, corporate investors, the Blackstones, the Invitation Homes, they're not panicking. They're waiting, lying in wait in a way, because they know the longer this freeze lasts, the cheaper your neighborhood becomes. And that's the trick. When rates rise, retail buyers vanish, but institutional buyers just refinance with cash. And that's not a market correction. That's a power transfer. And while you're calculating if you can still qualify, Wall Street's calculating how to qualify your home for their next portfolio. And here's what nobody really expected. Even the so-called winners, sellers, are getting trapped. They list high, deals die, and every extra week on the market whispers, what's wrong with this house? And the answer is actually nothing, except the price and the illusion it was ever sustainable. And that is the quiet tragedy. The system convinced millions of people that home value equals self-worth. Now, as the numbers fall, people feel like they're falling too. But here's the twist. This is also the first real moment of leverage for buyers in years. Half of listings are sitting twice as long as 2021. 52% of homes were delisted last month. That means patience, not panic, might finally pay. Because markets don't die, they actually mutate. And this mutation is turning the housing crisis into a moral referendum. And are we okay with a system where one missed paycheck can erase 10 years of savings? Where 4 incomes are needed to buy what one used to? And where stability itself is treated like a speculative asset? It's crazy. And the American dream, it isn't disappearing per se, right? It's being auctioned. And the only people left bidding are those who understand how the game was rigged in the first place. So yes, homes are still selling, but we all have to look a bit closer because every sale now comes with a ghost attached, the deal that died before it, the buyer who couldn't afford to stay in the story. And the silent collapse isn't dramatic, it's procedural. One contract at a time, one lost job at a time, a quiet unraveling of confidence. But here's the hope. When illusions die quietly, truth gets louder. And the truth is the one thing the housing market can't inflate. So as this correction unfolds, remember, the bubble isn't popping. It's just being harvested. So what do you guys think? Do I have this all right? Do I have it all wrong? Put it in the comment section below. I read and reply to all your comments and love to hear them. Thank you again for watching The Baseline, guys, and we'll catch you the next round. All right. Cheers, everybody.